ya está de off.
Ya está empezando la registración.
Ya está de off, Francesca.
Excuse me, I accepted.
You are, yeah, you know, she's us right now, no?
What do you mean?
Exacto.
Yeah.
I think we are all done now.
Okay, sí, ya lo vi. Okay, thank you.
So, of course, I'd like to thank everybody.
Ya pusimos a Francesca. Okay.
Sí, ya sabemos, ya está.
Okay, so we can start. And I'd like to thank a lot, Jim and Jude and Paula and Nicola. Paula, you used the very right word, a very personalized assistance you gave our prospective candidates, and that's objective of such webinars, chats, one-to-one, with myself, with my colleagues, and with Paula and Nicola, because it's not an easy decision that of deciding to interrupt your job, go back to study in a foreign country, and so it's really important, besides the information I'm going to share with you now, to go more in depth and understand if you are the right candidate for that program at that school at that time of your personal and professional life. So that's the objective of such events. Of course, it's not only this one, as Paula said, be in touch with us, as some of you asked. I think it was Micah, myself, and my colleague Tyler Henderson, who will be taking care a lot of the Latin American market together with myself, will be able to schedule whenever a video call or Teams call or whatever. So I would like to keep it informal in the sense that I really wanted to start to answer all the possible questions related to GMAT, the visa, admissions process. But first, let me share with you a quick presentation with some slides. And the most important part, as Paula said, will be the short video that Bruno was very nice to share with us. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it, but Bruno graduated last year. And so besides the short video, he's also very available to establish some contact with you if you have any desire to speak with people who went through the process that you are undergoing now. So let me share the screen now, and where is it? Here it is. No, that's not the one. You can you see the first slide? Okay.
Yes, you can.
I cannot. You can see more than. You're sure you can see the first slide with the cover, November 5th, right? Okay. So when you choose a school, of course, you want to choose a school that is somehow in the right country. You want to be exposed to that culture, to that language, but you also want to be in a school that guarantees that guarantees a certain level of quality. How do you understand that? On one side, going in depth with events like this one. On the other side, there are some macro elements and criteria that you can use, pretty easy somehow to use, but sometimes misleading. These are the top rankings, and I think these are international top rankings, and we are very happy we've always been included, and we have improved throughout the years our position. So this means good quality of the class profile, of the recruiting companies, of the faculty, of the teaching methods. There are many, many different criteria that for each ranking, whether it's Financial Times or Economist or Bloomberg, it really depends what they put the weight on. So do look at rankings, fine, and you will always see Bocconi there, but pay attention to what they evaluate, because it can be very, very tricky. In any case, it's important to have a school that has accreditations, and we do have a CBS, ACRIS, and accreditations. Again, these are accreditation bodies that provide accreditations only based on certain elements that the school has to provide throughout the years. As I said at the beginning, 3 reasons why to choose the full-time Bocconi MBA. So as I said at the beginning, it is a very tough decision. On one side, we look at rankings. On the other side, it's like, okay, my colleagues, talk about their MBA. I've always thought I want to do an MBA because I want to invest in myself. But how do I make the decision? What should I be looking at? So I'm going to try to help you understanding what Bocconi MBA is, because there are so many good business schools, so many programs, so many different concentrations and focuses, that which one is the right program for you? That's a tough decision. I would say that's the first, challenge of your MBA path. So let me see what are the reasons why I think Bocconi MBA could be a good option for you, or in any case, one of the characteristics which we believe is a strong one and possibly of interest for you. So as we say, be part of a group of AAA people. So AAA, which stands for, we will see in a second, but which have the objective of allowing you to transform your career, to share a sense of purpose, and to have a positive impact. What do we mean by that? For sure, if you do an MBA, it's not because you want to continue your life exactly like before, with your group of friends, with your network, within your job, where maybe, yes, you have a career path in front of you, which takes some time, little by little. So no, this is a program for people that want to have a dramatic change in their personal and professional life. You leave your job, you leave your country, you get out of your comfort zone because you want to have that change. And that change, of course, has to be a healthy one. Ambition to excel. So the program is not made of arrogant people, stuck-up people. There is not that, let's say, insane competition, but it's made of people who want to have that change and who want to excel, who want to challenge themselves. Starting with today, on a Saturday morning for you, you're here attending this webinar because you are considering such a path, because you are considering such a change, and because you believe a lot in yourself and you want to see a progression, you want to excel even more, and you want to sit in a class of people that have that kind of approach. Then, as we will see, we have people that come from very, very different backgrounds, but the common element is that desire of having a change and excel, and sharing a sense of social awareness. People that are open, people that are truly ready to listen to each other. Because if you listen to, I don't know, a French lawyer, the Italian economist, the Peruvian engineer, and the Russian consultant, you really have to put yourself into their shoes, being open, have that kind of, putting down the walls and truly listen to each other. This brings an incredible amount of added value in your personal development, in terms of soft skills, and in terms of managerial skills. It's not that easy to understand beforehand, but it's an incredible alchemy, I would say, throughout the program. Also because you have professors, and the teaching methods are very much based on exploiting to the full this incredible background that each of you brings to the program. There is another important aspect: join a timely and diverse environment. So unique social environment, as I mentioned before. If you look at some statistics, we have, and we're very happy about that, 35% is a representation of female candidates. In terms of numbers, every year we have more or less 100 students, and in terms of countries, 33, this was the number for this year, 33 different countries. For what concerns the age, the average age has pretty much always been around 29, and the average work experience at 5 years and a half. So again, heterogeneous background, but the common element is you, yourself, your desire to have the change, your desire to plunge yourself into this arena made of people that want to pursue that career growth, that career change in terms of function, in terms of sector, in terms of industry. We will hear the short video of Bruno, and in his case, the triple change was there. Is that guaranteed to everybody? Is that possible for everybody? No. Very feasible, but for certain cases it can be harder because maybe of visa restrictions, because of the knowledge of the language. Italian is not required, but I can say right away that if you want to work in Italy afterwards, it's better to be a little bit flexible with language. Maybe you break the ice before coming to Bocconi by learning the little basis of Italian, then it's much easier to pick it up once you're here, also through the attendance of our Italian language courses. Now, I'm studying Portuguese. My Spanish was this little at high school, but when you were talking, I could very well understand what you were saying. Speaking, it could be very hard. So Italian and Spanish, I mean, if I were to say Chinese or Indian or Japanese person to pick up the language pretty quickly, of course, in that case, it's much harder than for you guys. So keep an eye open on the knowledge of Italian language, which is not compulsory, but it is an incredible added value both for professional and also personal development. And then we always say it's an added value is also the fact that it's only 1 year program. Do we miss something out? No. Is it super intense? I would say much more than super intense, because all the typical ingredients of your MBA are there. Let's see if I have this slide here. Yes. So you start in September and you end in November. The graduation ceremony will be in December. So your MBA can be about 12 months, or it can be a little bit more if you go on an exchange program. So you start with 4 courses from September until the end of April. And here the idea is to achieve and to develop managerial competence, marketing strategy, quantitative methods of finance, macroeconomics, Are these just courses you take notes and that's it? No, they're super challenging courses. There will be exams. People just sometimes really go crazy because for certain topics maybe you're not that strong, but there is an incredible level of helping each other. People maybe are stronger on the quantitative methods or economics part that help their classmates. So this fruitful, I would say, level of cooperation is something very strong that I think has been developing in the past years more and more. This also brings to the development of soft skills, because you will never be a successful manager just because you know how to quickly read a balance sheet, or because you know how to produce a business plan and present it immediately to your bosses or whatever. It's not just that. It's the way you relate to the others, the way you knock the doors of the different company functions. Of the marketing people have a certain language, as opposed to the legal office, to the human resource people, to the finance department. So the manager is a person that has a 360-degree perspective, because he or she has acquired those contents. But on top of that, because contents alone will become obsolete after a couple of years. Just think of e-commerce, digital marketing. We didn't even know what it was some years ago, and probably it's already becoming old the moment I'm talking about it. So it's the mindset, it's the approach, it's the relational skills, leadership skills, problem solving, capacity to think out of the box, emotional intelligence. And these are not blah blahs. These are, in fact, the added values of your investment. You don't invest all this money just because you will be able to, as I said, read your balance sheet. No, that's something you can do yourself. So how do you achieve such skills? You would never have a professor that says, okay, today we're going to think out of the box. Mary, George, Jonathan, how do you think out of the box? It doesn't work that way. But the environment, the grounding that we create, the workload, the pressure, the ingredients, which is each of you, allows us to develop such skills, which will stay with you for the rest of your life. I've been doing this job for many, many years, and I've been meeting many candidates and many alumni. The alumni who graduated 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 1 year ago. In terms of contents of the program, fair enough. The courses maybe were different, slightly different, but the approach, the mindset, their managerial style was not different at all. So that's what we want to transfer to you guys, and that's what companies are looking for. To go more, I need my glasses. So after those 9 months of courses that are exactly the same for everybody. So you have 100 students, more or less, divided in 2 sections, 50 students in one class, 50 students in the other. They are here, up to them on campus. So these 2 classrooms are very close to each other. You, of course, will get to know each of your classmates also, because we will be changing after some terms students from one classroom to the other. They're called yellow class, blue class, just to name them. And then after 9 months, you can choose, so you can personalize more your study path, starting with individual internship, entrepreneurial project, business lab, international exchange, on-campus skills trial. So what I mean here is that the field project, whether it's an individual internship or a group project, is a compulsory part of your MBA. That's an incredible opportunity to put into practice what you have learned on the field with a company. So there is a real company, a real problem, you guys, real people who are supposed to provide the company with a real solution. So the right approach, the right methodologies that you have been developing throughout your MBA that are brought on the field. So it's an incredible way to see that it works, what you have been taught, and also to create a good link, bondage with the company that might and to hire you. So some of the projects turn into permanent job offer, because it's a very good opportunity for both of you, the company and the student, to get to know each other, to understand the company environment, culture, and from their side to understand if your performance or approach, that the value you bring, is of interest for them. For what concerns the concentrations, we also have different kinds of, after the core courses, you can choose among different paths. You have the possibility to go more in finance or in customer experience management, innovation entrepreneurship, and luxury business management. On top of that, you have a series of electives from which you can choose. And of course, all this information can easily be found on our website and on the brochure if you want to download the brochure. I would also like to say a couple of words, for what concerns exchange program. So for you guys, of course, Italy is really an international country, but if you want to have an even more international exposure, you might want to look at these schools with which we exchange. These are all very top business schools, and you can do the last part of your MBA in one of these schools. Can everybody go abroad? No, there is a selection. What are the criteria? They're mainly based on your goals. You need to write a motivation letter that clearly specifies why you think that it brings added value to your professional educational development going to that school, attending those courses. On top of that, we also look at the performance that you showed and then developed in the first part of your MBA. Clubs, this is another slide that I always like, because yeah, you will be taking courses, you will be taking notes, you will be working with your classmates, teamwork, business games, simulations in your classroom. But on top of that, or together with that, there are a series of clubs that are mainly run by MBA students, but for some of them, there are students from our other specialized masters, the Master in Fashion, the Master in Arts and Culture, the Master in Healthcare. So the objective is that of working as a group of managers, working around the topic that, of course, is of strong interest for you. Maybe you bring a famous speaker on campus, you organize an event. So the idea is you put into practice, again, the soft skills, because maybe you're the president of that club, you have to motivate the club members, or maybe you're just a member, you need to learn how to work with people that maybe are not from your class, you're not too familiar with, but you have to find the right relational skills to make the objective, the event, the goal of your club a possible one. So these are some of the clubs. For what concerns then, of course, the location. These are my favorite slides because I'm super Milanese, super Italian, and I'm very sorry I didn't manage to go to Latin America this year. I feel very close to Latin American culture. I love ceviche, I love Lima, I love to be there. I used to be there October and March. But I have to say that more and more, when I come back home to Milan, I start to enjoy even more the international dimension of Milan, which wasn't like that maybe 10 years ago. So after Expo, Milan has really exploded, and you can really breathe and absorb this international dimension and vitality in the city. It's a very livable city because it's relatively small. You can get everywhere pretty easily. Means of transportation are really good. You can rent your bike. And in any case, students usually live very much close to the school because this will be your main premises. Bocconi, located about 20 minutes away from the cathedral. As you can see here, that's a Duomo. And so it takes about 20 minutes, you're downtown, you're not in the middle of nowhere. So in terms also of events, in terms of the finance district or fashion events, you can easily take part in those for very simple logistic reasons. For what concerns the campus, I keep saying our brand new campus, maybe I should stop saying that. We moved in January 2020. Then, as we all know, March 2020, COVID, we had to lock down everything. We all work from home, and our beautiful campus was just there, empty and sad, as Europe, of course, was. And now we are all back, of course, and it's very, very nice and very rich and enriching to walk around. You go and get your water, you run into the students, the marketing colleagues, the career service colleagues. So this transparency, which is not just very beautiful from an architectural point of view, it also helps, I would say, communications and relations. You want to be here and to exploit to the full what the whole school provides you with, starting with the professors, with the dean, the master division dean, with your colleagues, and to be in a beautiful place doesn't hurt at all. So that's another slide of our campus. I would like, before I move to the admissions part, let me just share with you, if I have it here, the 1 minute, not even 2 minutes, it's a bit less, the video. Tell me, Nicola and Paolo, if you can hear it.
We can see it.
You cannot hear it?
No.
Yes, we can see it. Huh?
See it, but not hear it.
Not the video.
I mean, we can see the slides. It's still.
Okay,
Still
too
not-
bad.
Still
Too
nothing.
bad I wasn't able to. Oh, sorry, I wasn't able to show uh, the music. In any case, this definitely gives you an idea. Now, can you see the slide? Which slide can you see? You can see the slide of the campus. Sorry, of the campus of the. Are you going to be the next MBA candidate?
Yes, that we can see. That we can see.
So, yeah, all this was I wanted to share with you, even though the music was not there. But in any case, you could see some of the photos, images of the new campus. And as I said, I think it's great also because it's green, downtown area, super modern, innovative, sustainability concepts have been taken care of and are taken care of. So many elements that make your experience here a very rich one. Then, considering all the things we have said in terms of the program, only 1 year, very short, all the elements are there, of courses, concentrations, internship, exchange program, small class size, about 100 students coming from all over the world, Italy, Milan, new campus. Okay, are you then the real candidate or the right candidate for our program? Is there a right candidate? For us, the right candidate is the candidate that is fully in love with us and we're fully in love with them. So there has to be a strong match, a strong partnership between the two of us to make your experience a true never-ending experience. So let me start with the boring slide, as I call it, because in any case, you need to have this piece of information. So starting with the timing, the program has only one intake. One intake means that we start every year in September. So for what concerns the next edition, the application deadline will be April 20th. You need to have submitted everything by that deadline. Today it's what, November 5th. So if you're seriously considering here, do not wait for April 20th. You can start to work on your application form, which means online application form. Of course, you can relate to Nicole and Paula if you have, and also to myself, if you have technical problems. But you go on our website, apply now button, and you start to work on your essay. The first element is your essay questions. Why are these important? Because they tell us a lot about you in terms of your strengths, in terms of your weaknesses, in terms of your goals in the short run, in the medium run, in the long run. These are all elements that help admissions people to immediately understand who's behind this application form. Why should we admit him or her to the program? What is the added value that they bring? And why do we think that our program could be the right answer for them? I would say that more and more in the past years, we have found applications from people who are very well, how could they say, the fit is a strong one, because we have had chats beforehand. And so I readdress together with Paula and Nicola, we readdress profiles that maybe are not too much in line with the program. So there you have to be very concrete. Give examples. Okay, I feel very strong for this and this reason, relational skills and all that. This remains blah, blah. Give us examples. Where I felt very uncomfortable in that situation, I think my big failure was because of this and this and this. So examples, concrete examples, allow us to remember you well, okay? That's the first step. So do not underestimate it. It's not challenging, but it is tough. And you can only answer those questions once you have gone through the whole decision process. Why do we want an MBA or specialized masters? Why now? And why is that Bocconi? And if you have clear ideas there, then it should be not too hard to fill out this question. You will also have a video pre-interview, so I'm not going too much into detail, but you will follow the instructions given within your application form. You will have to answer a series of questions, fill in yourself. Why do we do that? Because even if we are all used to have videos and all that, somehow we feel kind of stupid or uncomfortable in front of a PC, speaking to yourself, knowing that you will be evaluated, not knowing beforehand what the questions are. So these are all factors, elements that create an uncomfortable situation, and we want to see how you react there in order to evaluate some potential soft skills. So it is also another important part. GMAT or GRE. So let's get rid of this part. One of the two is compulsory, not both of them. Is there a minimum score? There isn't. You can keep in mind that the average score among our students is 670, 670. That's the average. This means, of course, we have much higher scores and lower ones. If you have a much lower score, you have two options. If you think that it really did not represent you and you have always scored much better during your practice, your simulation, then retake the test. If you think it absolutely represents you, and this guy, he took the test 3 times, almost 550, but the rest of the application form was very, very strong. So he eventually applied, and he had been admitted. So all the other elements on your application form, the application process, have to be very strong to counterbalance the lower GMAT, lower on the average. Of course, the program is addressed to people who have 7 years of work experience. The average, as we saw, is 5 years and a half, and we require a minimum of 2-3 years. Do we require specific work experience in a specific domain? No, but we don't want people to come straight from university. Bachelor degree, any bachelor degree is required. For what concerns English, we look for a score of about 7 for IELTS and a score of about 100 for TOEFL. If your bachelor degree was held in English, or if you have lived in an English-speaking country for more than a year, in that case, you don't need to take the English test. And then finally, the admissions interview. So all these elements, the admissions interview, it's going to be pretty lengthy one, I think around 45 minutes, together with your essays. These are probably the part where we understand the most about you. And then in between, we have transcripts, we have GMAT, and so on. Last but not least, 2 references. So you need to have a person that you have well briefed about yourself, about why you want to do your MBA, about our MBA. So this person should know you well from a professional environment. One reference letter can also be an academic one, just in touch with the university. And then this person will have to write the reference letter form contained in our application form. So your job is to indicate name, last name, professional email address, and this person will automatically receive from the system the form to be filled out. So all these elements will determine the admission to the program. It's not just one. And all these elements possibly are the ingredients for the awarding of tuition waivers or scholarships. Talking of which, we will be very soon publishing the new scholarships and the tuition waivers that will be available for the 2023 edition. In the meanwhile, you can refer to what has been published in the past. In any case, remember we have scholarships up to 50%, no minimum score GMAT required. Up to 70%, we require a minimum of 680, and then up to 100%, we require a minimum of 700. So, tuition waivers are there, yes. They are all merit-based, yes, and the merit emerges from the application process as a whole. In some cases, we do require a minimum GMAT score. I also like to say that there are other ingredients to look at in your admissions process, because fortunately, we are not just evaluated on your very strong GMAT, but then if we don't see or detect such important elements like commitment, passion, intensity, curiosity, participation, professional attitude, these are the most important ingredients that our potential MBA alumnus should have, and then we will be working throughout the program, developing them. For what concerns the contact details, okay, here is the MBA director, Professor Progress, and he's super available. If you have specific questions related to the program, you can definitely talk to him an email. Before lending the floor to Bruno Canessa, the short video, let me also show you the contact details if you want to get in touch with me, or then that's my colleague who gathers all the emails, so it will be either myself or my colleague Tyler. If you happen to be in Milan, sometimes we do see people from all over the world who take advantage, maybe because of business trip or vacation, because the common purpose in Europe to visit different European schools. It's a super, how could I say, added value to visit the program, to visit the school, possibly attend the class session, sit in class, to see what the environment is like, you talk with the current students. So people who have come here, I would say that they all then apply, not necessarily all are admitted, but we cannot not fall in love with the program, with the environment, and the atmosphere from all perspectives. So, wow, let me just share with you. I hope, Nicola, I hope you can hear it. I'm not here. Tell me if you can hear.
We can see the slide.
So wait a second. This slide. You cannot see him now?
You cannot see
We
what?
can see you.
Only
can-
me.
You stop sharing the screen.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna do. I have to share it. Okay, so I'm gonna share it again. And you tell me if you can hear. Give me a sec. Sorry.
What happened, Francesca?
Can you hear?
Yes.
Sorry, I interrupted Bruno. Could you hear what he was saying?
No,
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 no, no.
Bruno's video was not showing.
So I think that that video cannot be shared. Too bad.
I can share the link and I can
Yeah, that's
open
what I was
the-
gonna do. Yeah, yeah. do that.
Yes. So I have to go. Yo si me pones como.
Wait a second. I'm gonna share it.
Como
No, así es,
anfitriona, Francesca sigue como anfitriona.
Yeah, I'm just
Sí.
going to share on the chat the link, and so then everybody can download.
Or she wants to share your screen.
No, I don't know what.
We want to show the video of the ex-students and your ex-student Bruno Canessa. I sent the link this afternoon to Francesca.
I have just put it here on the chat. Okay.
Ah, okay, okay. But I think she has to share your screen and then.
No, I shared the
and
screen, but I don't know why it doesn't keep.
Okay, let me see what happened.
I have just shared, put on the link on the chat. In any case, everybody could copy the link for you guys. You copy the link.
You can copy the link, Francesca. You have it with you?
I have just copied the link on the chat.
Okay, because it's very nice, the video.
Yeah, I have just copied in the chat the link. I think it's link, right? Fine. Is that right? Let me try to chat to click on it again. L'organizzatore ha disabilitato la condivisione. The organizer prevent me from sharing the screen. In any case, if Jim and Jude can show the video now, great. Otherwise, for all the prospective candidates, copy the links that I have just put in the chat and you watch it yourself later on. It would have been nice to watch it all here together, but apparently the two things are not. I don't know, Jim and Jude, I don't know the name, sorry for you, Jim and Jude. Do you think you can share the link now so we are watching together? I cannot.
I can share it if you want.
Try.
Yeah, but you have to make me the host.
Not me. It's
Okay, Nicola, don't worry. I'm going to put you as a host. Ya, Nicola, ya estás como anfitrión.
Okay.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Buenos días. Hi guys, good morning, how are you? Or good afternoon. My name is Bruno Canessa. I'm an MBA 47 from the SDA Bocconi. I really would like to be in this call with you for personal reasons. I'm on a family trip, so I won't be able to join you today. But anyway, I wanted to send you this video to let you know that you can always be in contact with me. I'm a super happy ambassador from the SDA Bocconi, and I'm a proud student. So if you have any doubts, any questions about your process, about the application, about how the life is as a MBA student in SDA Bocconi, please let me know, because I would be more than happy to have a call with you to take.
Eso no se puede.
Before joining SDA Bocconi, I had 7 years of work experience in different industries, mass market and gas or energy. After my MBA, or now that I'm finalizing my MBA, I'm a senior product manager by the Janssen pharmaceutical company from Johnson & Johnson in Germany. So as you can see, the MBA in SDA Bocconi definitely helped me to achieve my goal, that was changing industry, changing countries, changing positions. So I'm more than happy to be in touch with you. I will give you my email and my personal number so that you can also reach out through WhatsApp. So in case you have any doubts or comments, or you wanna just share some information with me, I'm more than happy. I wish you all a very good day. And if you also wanna have a conversation with someone from SDA Bocconi, Paula and Francesca are also super good partners to have that conversation. So all the best for you, and keep in touch.
Thank you very much, Nicola. And thank you very much, Bruno. We want many Brunos.
Okay, I will share then, hablo en español. Voy a compartir porque como Bruno les dijo, ahorita está en Alemania, trabajando en Janssen, que es de la farmacéutica Johnson & Johnson. Voy a compartir con ustedes porque él está súper disponible a hablar con los estudiantes. El nuevo teléfono de Bruno, the new telephone, I speak in English better, to share with you the new telephone of Bruno in Germany, and also his personal email, and he will be very happy to talk with you students. Not that you have a lot of questions, or how is the program, and the options of internships and everything, because he was one of our star students, and now he's working in an excellent company. So I will share with you all the information about Bruno.
Yeah, I have just put his email address on the chat.
Okay.
Okay, now guys, the floor is yours. If you have questions, go ahead now. Of course, as we said at the beginning, we can schedule very easily from tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, maybe from the day after tomorrow, one-to-one calls. But you can take advantage of it now.
I think this is an incredible opportunity to raise questions, have all your doubts cleared. And Francesca is very, it's extremely prepared on all the aspects related to this choice, which is an important choice. So please don't be shy.
While you're thinking of your questions, I want to add something. I am slightly moving towards this new role, international student coordinator, which means that SDA Bocconi is putting a lot of effort on centralizing a series of requests, technical and less technical, and needs that our international students have. So more and more there will be a focus on that, whether you need to change your doctor, look for a doctor, or bank account, and in particular, all this terrible time-consuming visa thing. So there is a strong support from the school that has always been there. My different colleagues from the mission side or career service have always helped out, but the school is putting a lot of emphasis on this by centralizing the service, and I will be the lucky one working with the students with all kinds of needs. So if you're considering, I'm not saying you're late, but if you're considering your MBA next year, also in that sense, it's better to hurry up your process. Think well about it, hurry up the process, and once you have decided and hopefully being admitted, the whole visa process starts. And it's not always super smooth. In Lima, it's working well. The relation with Italian embassy in Lima is pretty good. But there are thousands of documents you have to think of and all that.
So, Francesca, when will be, as now I am as you are now, COVID situation is going better. When you are expecting to come again to Peru? Because we were waiting to you to make I think a presentation
Yeah.
because there are a lot of students interested in the MBA and in the other masters, you see. Tell me.
I'm gonna answer pretty quickly also because I see there is a question from Myra. Usually, as you know, we come in the fall and the spring because there are some events, international fairs that take place in October, more or less, and March. Yeah, March, April, March, February, March. Maybe we will be coming back next February, March. It's true the school has started again to be on the road with this fall season. Not the entire world because of the school policy, but shyly sticking our nose out, and we see that there is an incredible interest in having one-to-one meetings. And so our events in Europe, and I think some events, of course, in North America, because we have a colleague there, Tyler, whom I mentioned before. So these events seem to go very, very well. And most likely we will be starting again in March. And so it will not be myself, it will be another person, I don't know yet who, but in any case, a well-prepared Bocconi staff person. So I will envy her or him.
So you know that you are very welcome. Okay.
Francesca, I believe there's a question from Myra.
Yeah, go ahead, Myra.
Hi, Francesca. I would like to say thank you for all the information. And well, my question is, how Bocconi helps students achieve their post-MBA goals?
That's a very good question. Let me see if I can share this screen here. Can you see this slide?
No.
Yeah, now you should be able to see it. Still not from the video.
Oh, yes. Now we do.
Now you see the slide, right?
Yes, we can see the slide.
So this is just to give you some numbers. Again, you can find the statistics on our website. These are not bad numbers at all. So in terms of when, how many students end up finding a job, you see 95% students of the graduates within 3 months after graduation. In terms of change, as we talk about change, 90% of them at least has had a change. There is quite a good percentage, not the highest one, in terms of triple change, as is the case of Bruno. For what concerns the locations, here you also have some information regarding the locations where they end up working in terms of Europe or non-European students working in Europe. So again, there are good percentages there. And then there is also a list of the various recruiting companies that have constantly come on campus to recruit our students. So this is very quickly just to share some information, but you can find this information on our website. What I would like to, and I would like to answer more precisely your question. What I want to share with you is there is a career service behind me. It's quite a big team. It's very, very well equipped with people that are focused on one market, like consulting, on pharmaceutical, on luxury, and they do a very one-to-one service with you guys. Not from the beginning of the program, before the beginning. So we share with them the list of the enrolled students, and they start to work with you in advance. Because 1 year really flies, and they want to immediately understand where you're heading to, what your goals are. It's either in line then with your professional development and with your background. So there is an incredible tailor-made service there. Does this mean that each of you eventually gets what he originally wanted easily? For non-European students, I have to be honest, sometimes there might be visa restrictions, and it is also the case that if the company really wants to hire you because of your background, because of how you perform during the interviews, they usually sponsor your visa. So what I'm saying, it can be lengthy, it can be an issue, but it's very feasible. Always easy, no, but very feasible. On top of that, I added the language factor that I mentioned before. So try to learn a little bit of Italian to enhance your opportunities to work abroad in Italy. For students from non-European countries that have a double nationality, of course, this visa aspect is not there. In any case, we do have quite a good number of open days during which the MBA director, alumni, and the head of the career service will be presenting the program, the service, the school, together with some webinars that are specifically focused on career service. I would strongly suggest that you take part in one of those so you can also relate to Sabine Morris, who's the head of the career service, and go more in depth. But the answer is yes, there's quite a good service, quite a good team, very focused service. You can't expect just to sit there and have them prepared everything and organize all interviews. You have to super actively work with them in collaboration with them. Okay.
Okay, Mayra, perdón, te voy a poner también en contacto con los estudiantes. Tú quieres para el 2023, ¿no?
Sí, first, Francesca, thank you so much for your answer. It was pretty good. Sí, me gustaría, de hecho, yo he contactado a algunos por LinkedIn para preguntarles cómo ha sido su experiencia en Bocconi y ha sido súper buena. Hablé con algunas mujeres y me dicen que se sienten súper empoderadas luego de la experiencia de Bocconi. Era lo que me gustaría conversar con Francesca y de repente con Nicola después.
Ya. Ahora te voy a poner en contacto también, con estudiantes que están aplicando para el próximo año, que son 3 que están aplicando ahorita, que están en el proceso, están así para que ya se compartan, ¿no? Se conozcan, hablen, etcétera, porque hay ya 3 que están más o menos en diciembre, ya están entregando todos sus documentos. Y creo que sería interesante que se conozcan también, que se conozcan,
me encantaría.
Porque esperemos que sea un bel grupo, pero creo que el próximo año va a haber un bel grupo. Francesca, do you understand?
Sorry, I just wanted to add something, Mayra, which I think it's related to what you were mentioning before, the empowerment. There are scholarships directed to women usually. So this is something that you should take into consideration when applying, analyzing, and making your choice. So it's I don't know, Francesca, if you wanted to
that's a good point. You're right. I forgot to mention not just scholarships and tuition waivers, but on top of that, not on top, something to be specified is that some scholarships are specifically addressed to women, as Nicola was saying, some to Latin American students, some to, people having degrees in law, political science. So if you're a woman, you come from a particular country like India or China or Latin America, so the whole world is there. There's a geographical different geographical categories, and you have a degree in that specific discipline, you are eligible for the 3 of them. And then there are many other scholarships with different focuses. So you can apply to all of them. Of course, you do not obtain all of them, but you have more chances than maybe Italian engineer maybe. But in this, you can apply to the ones for Italian.
Well, it's pretty good to know that. I also just make NGO for teenagers, and I would like to talk to you maybe about that program later. Well, that's mine. This is part of my purpose. So maybe I could talk to you later about the whole story.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
There's a thing, Francesca, that I think it's important. SDA Bocconi is all about diversity, no? Diversity of opinions, diversity of genders, diversity of experience. So like Francesca was currently pointing out, there are many clubs within where you can practice and foster these passions, but also during the application, scholarships are directed to these groups, not to they want to foster diversity.
Yeah, true.
Another question, guys? Because this is, as we told, is a great opportunity to talk with Francesca.
Yeah, again, it's not the only time, but
okay.
But like
anyway,
and then I have chats with people who just ask all kinds of questions, but I understand one-to-one. For sure, during MBA, it will not be like that because you are
Yeah.
Okay.
classroom, you have to speak up.
Anyway, thank you so much, Francesca, for your time again. I think it was very important that students meet you and know more about the school. And thank you to all the students who attend this webinar. We hope to see some of you in Milan in the next year. And GMAT thank you to all the people of GMAT that each 4 or 5 months they organize a meeting, a webinar with us and with SDA Bocconi. So thank you to all of you and have a great weekend and see you soon. Ciao.
Grazie mille.
This is a
Thank you.
big round of applause to you guys. From
Bye
G-
bye, guys. Nice to meet you.
Bye, bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Bye. Ciao, Francesca.
Ciao.